You just have to jump in and when you see this, or at least watch. I wanted to come and talk about this. Last night, Ichibaka posted a job announcement at Lucasfilm for a. Let's see. I'm gonna go on my computer and see if we can figure out what this is about, because it's very interesting to me, because it has something to do with the story group. Okay. Oh well, just a minute. I got this thing's driving me crazy. It always does. And all right. So they're looking for someone to take over a job, and I want to tell you what the description says, because it's extremely interesting to me, considering all the revelations and all the stuff going on with the Hidalgo. I do have feelers out, asking people with better contacts than me if they've heard anything, because you know it's very interesting to me that this is happening, that they're looking for somebody. And the reason why I'm asking about this is because I think it might be Pablo. I think who they're looking for is Pablo. Pablo's job. Somebody to take that job. And okay, so no, not that one. Okay, we're rolling, we're scrolling, we're rolling, and we're scrolling. Okay, so I'll read it. Well, actually, I'll show you. Okay, there it is. A creative executive, franchise content and strategy. You see the job summary. We are looking for a creative executive who reflects the innovative spirit, creative talent, production excellence, and collaborative mindset and passion for great filmmaking that defines Lucasfilm. Creative executive franchise content strategy will be responsible for partnering with VP and director, franchise content and strategy to liaise with production and development teams across company and create franchise deliverables from shared materials. Also, when opportunity arises or there is help needed, they will support the team in providing feedback on creative direction and narrative continuity across the franchise. So here's the responsibilities. Responsible for rating, reviewing material for multiple projects and development across platforms, film, live action, TV, animation, yada, 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 plans, schedules, and manage execution of key deliverables that facilitate support, la, la, la. I mean, basically what this is that's Pablo's job. And I asked a couple of key people. One said, just one out of the blue sent this to me, and then I sent it to somebody with better contacts than me. And he said, that's Pablo's job. So what does it mean? Now, I've got feelers out, and I'm purely speculating. But after seeing excuse me, I always have a ready nose, I'm sorry guys. But after seeing retired and having fun on his Twitter bio, and then the shit that went down after Luke showed up, and then the half-assed apology, and Lucasfilm reaching out to him, out to Star Wars Theory, and Pablo himself sending him his phone number, call me. It wouldn't surprise me that Disney, out of sheer exhaustion, just said, "You're fired. Just go away." Now, was he already gone? Because I brought this up with Andre Andujar and Tom on Midnight's Edge, and they were, I mean, it, for Andre said, basically, I'll give you a real quick rundown and paraphrase. He basically said that maybe Pablo's already gone. But here's the deal. I've said this before. If he's already gone and did this and went after Star Wars Theory, he violated an NDA. All right. If he's not, and he was strictly told to leave the fans alone, and he didn't, and it got out, he basically broke a promise. Now, his latest bio iteration on his closed-off Twitter account is broken promises. Anybody want to ask yourselves what the hell that means? And now we've got this job they're looking to fill. This what is it? Let me go back. We shall go back, and I will tell you what it is. It is basically, I'll tell you that it's for anybody who just got in. Lucasfilm Story Group job opening, and this is exactly the title, I believe, of Pablos Job. Creative Executive, Franchise Content, and Strategy. And then when you look at what that person does, that's exactly what Pablo was supposed to be doing. Okay? Now ask you guys a question. Does anybody out there think that Dave Filoni asks Pablo about continuity or lore? No. Do you think Jon Favreau would ever ask him? No. So those are already two things, and they're running the live action TV and the film part, especially Midnight's Edge brought this up today in their video, that the Kevin Feige thing was an answer to the High Republic. The High Republic is not going to go anywhere. It is garbage, okay? They're basically saying through the announcement of Kevin Feige and that writer that they are going ahead. They're the ones in charge now, Favreau, Filoni, and they're in the glider seat. They're in the driver's seat, okay? So what we have here, well, it's very interesting to me. I don't, it doesn't say story group. Hey, Claude. Hey, Mike. How you doing? I'm just talking about, if you got here late, I'll read this to you. This is from Ichibaka. You know who he is. January 8th, 2021. Lucasfilm. He calls it story group. The job itself doesn't say story group, but that's what it is. I'll give you the headline. And this is, because I also did HR for a while. Hey, Birdie. They're looking for a creative executive franchise content and strategy. And basically, it's basically everything Pablo did, okay? It's basically his job. Now, I'm not sure what his exact title was. I just thought it was brand manager. But it's not. It was this. And I read what it was, but I'll tell you what it is. We are looking for a creative executive who reflects the innovative spirit, creative talent, production excellence, collaborative mindset, and passion for great filmmaking that define Lucasfilm. Creative executive, franchise content, and strategy for creative executive creative executive, franchise content, and strategy will be responsible for partnering with the vice president and director, franchise content and strategy, to liaise with production and development teams across the company and create franchise deliverables from shared materials. What Pablo does, he's supposed to do, is to be able to gather information and help create these franchise deliverables that are basically, when you do a movie, you've got a franchise like Star Wars. You've got lore, which means books. You've got other movies. You've got the animated series, and now you've got live action. God, this guy, I think, is supposed to be able to pull all that information together, help make that content cohesive, the continuity and everything, and deliver it. When did he ever do that? I'll leave it up to you guys. Okay, because it's like... So, it's the job that Pablo had. Okay, it's or has. And when you look at everything that's been going on since the Skywalker appearance in The Mandalorian, and I'm mad at Mark Hamill right now, like really, really pissed. I told him off last night on Instagram. There's a reason why he's not my favorite, like why Luke isn't my favorite character. And it's basically Mark Hamill. You know, Harrison Ford is a Democrat. Harrison Ford doesn't like Donald Trump. You don't see him in public ranting and raving like a lunatic. Because he can't, and he knows it. First off, he pisses off his fans. Second of all, he has other people that don't agree with him that he works with in the aviation industry. All right? And he's also like, why would I want to do that? I mean, it doesn't matter. Anyway, go back to Pablo. So, anyway, I don't know what you guys think, but this just popped up and it's in San Francisco, where Pablo lives. Yeah, he is. I mean, I love Luke, but there's lots of reasons why Han and Anakin are my favorite characters. And Leia, Carrie could be a real liberal nasal too, but she wasn't mean about it. She was funny, you know. Because I think she's smarter than that. But I mean, I was talking to Mazarius, if he just shows up, and we were talking about Hamill's wife, and I'm pretty sure that Mary Lou has his you-know-what's in her purse. Okay, I mean that. Gotta let the dog out pretty soon, so I can't be on too long, but just a minute. Kojak, I will let you out. All right, I've got a Christmas bomb went off here. I've got all kinds of ornaments scattered everywhere. We just took down the big Christmas tree, so, and it's down in the basement in its box. I just took down the lights, all 2,500 of them. Well, I mean, he'll say stuff and be like, you just want to like, I don't know, if he was wearing a shot collar, maybe Mark needs one. Shut up, Mark. You know. Oh, I'd be like this at 100. Knock it off. Shut up. I mean, he really is disconnected from reality, you know? I mean, anyway, but, so this job, this is at Lucasfilm, and this was dated December 9th. This fucking thing, dated December 9th? Well, this puts a whole new perspective in retired and having fun, doesn't it? I didn't even notice that. I thought they just posted it. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Oh, Christ, Mike. Did you see the date? It's December 9th. So, God, I want to know the story behind this. I really wish someone would come out and just say, yeah, this is what happened. But they're so secretive. Why? Why? We're going to find out anyway. You might as well tell us he's gone. We'd all be happy. We'd all could dance around, you know, and drink champagne right out of the bottle. Wouldn't that be fun? I want some fun. You know, sure, I'm mocking a guy who might have got fired. But he's made Star Wars fans a living hell and ruin something that was beautiful and appealing to everybody for a long, long time. Oh, I don't know. If WDW Pro is right, okay. If Doomcock is right, if Midnight's Edge is right, I don't think that Kathy Kennedy has anything to do with hiring these people. I think the people that have to be satisfied are named John and Dave right now, and maybe even George, because I think if the old man is back in any way, shape, or form, he'd have looked at Pablo as being an albatross around his neck, an anchor, and pitched him over the side. So, but I don't know. I mean, December 9th it's just really weird. Now maybe Pablo is still there. Maybe he was getting ready to leave. They're hiring this person so he can help onboard them, you know what I'm saying? Show them around, show them the lay of the land and all the rest of that stuff. This is just all too bizarre, and that is his job title. That's what he does. Okay, he is supposed to be the go-between publishing and the film. Okay, and he's supposed to know all the shit. And just the stuff I've heard about when JJ would call him and say, "Can we really do that?" Did Pablo give a shit? He didn't care. Did anybody think he cared? If they went against canon, went against the lore, went against, basically the dogma. No, of course not. He didn't give a fuck. He does all the time. He thinks he's being edgy and anti-establishment. Well, dude, I'm sorry to say, but when you work for a billion-dollar corporation like Disney, fucking A, you are the establishment, whether you like it or not. Which is why true rebels like George Lucas never wanted to sell out to those people. Okay? And that's the thing is these guys, it's really an interesting thing. I really want to know what's actually happening right now. I'm kind of excited, I guess, and a little bit about it. Reason being is the shit maybe have hit the fan before Star Wars theory got dragged in. All right, maybe. It's very interesting, but I do think it's his job. I do think it's the job he does. It's at least the job he does. Okay, at least the job he does, and it's worth pondering. Now, if any of you out there, if you're somebody, if you're like a whistleblower at Disney or whistleblower at Lucasfilm and want to fill me in, at the end of this video when it's uploaded, I will leave my email on here, and you can email me anonymously and let me know what's going on, or not anonymously, but I do have to say that your name and what you do and who you are safe with me. It's time now with all the bad stuff going down. I think it's time for establishments like Lucasfilm to be a little more transparent about what they're doing. Because, when you go from social media platform to social media platform, and all it is politics, you need the culture. You need to talk about movies, books, paintings, music, plays, that kind of thing. It feeds the soul. Politics does not. It eats the soul. Okay? And the reason why I think so many of us are pissed off at Lucasfilm right now is because they instituted something we didn't want to talk about or see for 2 hours. That when we talk about Star Wars, we don't want to talk about Donald Trump or that demented pervert Joe Biden. Okay? We want to talk about Star Wars, not relevant politics, This is why The Force Awakens sucked ass. This is why TLJ sucked ass. This is why The Rise of Skywalker sucked ass. I don't care about any of the social justice bullshit they put in there. You know, this is maybe part of the reason why Pablo no longer works at Lucasfilm. I mean, so I am waiting on word, but I sent it to some people. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I gotta go because I know there's a dog going. So, anyway, I'll talk to y'all later, and y'all be good. And I think by 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll finally have all the ornaments for the victory pact. See you around the galaxy, scoundrels.